All right. So then the agenda today. Sorry. For the agenda today, we have quite a few things. We have to talk about. Let me go full screen. We got to talk about the new Resident Evil Leon reveal trailer, the entire YouTube channel. YouTube. I'm not gonna say internet, but they're all going off the rails about Leon. They knew he was gonna come back, but more on that later. Also, SUPERGIRL, new trailer out for that. Gonna talk about that, and a few films like Hamnet, and I believe Silent Night, Deadly Night, the new movie that came out. Drum Dums he has a review for that. He's also got a review for Five Nights at Freddy's. Like I said, reactions to the Leon Kennedy Wesley Requiem trailer, the third trailer technically, as well as. Sorry, I thought I was showing it. Yeah, as well as the Supergirl. And there's also Dust Bunny. So, I guess let's go ahead. Let's really go ahead and watch the Resident Evil trailer because I want to give my own little reaction to it. I want to give my own little reaction. This is there's a few videos that last roughly 3 minutes and 25 seconds. This one's 3 hours and 3 minutes and 45. They all uploaded somehow. I think they copy it from official sources like IGN and Resident Evil and all that. Let's just look at the Resident Evil one real quick, okay? Let's just look at that one. Give my own little reaction. Sorry, I thought it was loaded. There we go. It's also the season, so I'm going to enjoy a little Coca-Cola from Santa Claus. I really don't like Coke much, but I got into Coke because I went to a restaurant, and I like that Santa Claus. I like that Santa Claus look, I like that. Let me get that close look. Kind of hard to see in the camera. I like that. Let me move my finger. That makes you want to drink, because he's got the Coca-Cola in his hand. Look, you see? He's holding it. And I like these mini drinks. Should have the bottle.
Hello?
It hasn't been easy. But after much effort, here we finally are.
Who are you?
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. It's Ashcroft.
Yeah, as people will know, Ashcroft, she's the daughter of Grace Ashcroft. Grace Ashcroft is the daughter of Elisa Ashcroft from Resident Evil Outbreak File 1 and 2. Just the camera a little bit.
Talk to me. Is this one like the others? And it's not post-mortem lividity. Hey, I just got a report of a missing police officer. It might be unrelated, but he disappeared near where the fifth body was found.
Teeth falling out.
You,
Never a good sign.
Elpis can finally be set free.
The team has settled on a person of interest. Someone with ties to Umbrella. Victor Gideon.
Victor. Wasn't there a Victor before in Resident Evil Degeneration? I think there was, right?
Great! Great!
Went to my goal for.
Victor purchased a building after Umbrella went under. I'll send you the address.
Welcome. Dr. Gideon has been expecting you.
I think that's the old. Is that the old RPD station? Let me do that again. It looks like the old RPD station, the Raccoon Police Department. It used to be a museum. It used to be the Raccoon City Museum, but whatever.
I'll send you the address.
No, not necessarily. Damn near close though.
Welcome.
You know they always have like a mansion of sorts. Like the mansion started with the first movie, but then you had a mansion in Resident Evil 0. And recently in Resident Evil 9, you also had a mansion. House Dimitrescu was basically a mansion. Well, more of a castle. If it's not a mansion, it's a castle. Well, Resident Evil 5 didn't have that, but you know, Resident Evil 8 was trying to look like Resident Evil 4. Anyway, I digress.
Dr. Gideon has been expecting
Castle
you.
up.
You there, Leon?
Yeah.
Honestly, my bad. I'm not that excited because everybody on the internet, really on the web. Okay, the internet and the web are two different things. But everybody was going crazy when Leon showed up, and they already knew he would. Why go crazy when you know he is? He's already gonna be in the game. You know that.
Hey, over here. FBI.
That's just like how he saved Cleo in Resident Evil 2, his intro to Cleo. His whole intro to Cleo Redfield was like, hey, get down. You know, they gotta have that line. They had it in the remake.
What are you doing here?
Honestly, if they didn't have that in the remake, Resident Evil 2 remake probably would have received a lot of shit for it. Because you didn't include, that's his one hitter with Cleo anyway. Get down.
Would you like to see what's hidden under the hood?
Don't do anything stupid.
Me? Never.
So now we know that Leon is going to be, he's going to be in the main, he's going to be in the game. He's going to be a main part of the game. He's not just going to be a background actor. He's not just going to be a supporting role. He's going to be a main part of the game. And it's not going to be some kind of gold edition. It's literally going to be just, it's going to be him and Miss Ashcroft, Grace Ashcroft. So it's going to be Mr. Kennedy and Mrs. Ashcroft. And by the way, look, he looks the same that he did in Resident Evil 2 and 4 remake.
Me? Never.
Yeah, the Q was like a 9. They did the same thing with 7 and also with 8, yeah.
I think I want a second opinion.
That's the doctor. Now the zombies are talking, but you gotta have zombies where you have Leon. He gets to use the chainsaw this time. Yeah, pre-order now. I would if I had the money. But anyway, yeah, the 20th of February, around my mom's birthday, and my dad's birthday, and my cousin Keisha, and that. But there's all this fan art people using AI to create images of Leon, trying to make him look older with the mustache and the beard, and none of those look the same. Honestly, I thought he'd have like a beard. There was even one with the eye patch, and Leon doesn't look to have an eye patch. I don't get why they do that. Why do they edit it? Why do they use all these images and edit the photos? I mean, not photos, but images, and use AI to generate what Leon will most likely look like. When in the final product, he doesn't look anything like that. I mean, maybe he has like a mustache, of course, but he doesn't have anywhere near a beard. He doesn't have both eyes woke, so he's not blind in one eye with an eye patch. Alright. So, I want to make sure I include that real quick. Okay. Because I don't want to get a copyright violation. Says the stream's bitrate is too low. So we saw, and I think the rest of these were. Yeah, they're the same. This is from PlayStation.
Great!
Think I want a second opinion.
Zombie said calm down, I think. Sorry, I'm just doing some changes. Yeah, okay. Now, as you know, and you know it's IGN, it's the same trailer. It's like if I can play any of these, it's literally the same trailer. This one, it's all the same. Oh! The Game Awards. So you can hear fans in the background.
Second opinion.
Yeah, you hear fans in the background. I'm gonna copy these in the description just in case.
Hello?
The story in Requiem will intertwine the fate.
A little bit different, okay.
Yes, the internet was right. Leon Kennedy, one of gaming's most iconic characters,
The web, not the internet.
is back for Resident Evil Requiem. The story in Requiem will intertwine the fate of two playable characters. Grace's storyline takes players through a unique survival horror experience, while Leon delivers explosive action to the game. It's going to be exciting. It's coming out in February. All right. This year has been an incredible one for independent.
Alright, this is Taiwan Magnus. This is my first of reactions to it. Make sure I look this up in my history. Fangirl react. See? Fangirls, man. I gotta check this shit out. I gotta see how these people are reacting. But before we do all that, let's get into a few reviews, I guess. I want to get into a few reviews. I want to go ahead and check out this one. This one.
Look, guys, full disclosure, I am not a...
Oh, looks like it's going to take its time loading.
big fan of the whole Five Nights at Freddy's thing anyway, so the odds are already stacked against me. But even if you are and you like this movie,
you don't have to keep doing that, saying you're not a fan. People are doing that for the algorithm.
God bless you, because this was one massive pile of shit. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 stars Josh Hutcherson, Piper Rubio, Elizabeth Lael, and is directed by Emma Tammy.
Oh no.
They're out there, Mike.
Where?
What's up, guys? Welcome to another brand new 2025 review. I am squeezing in a lot of movies that I haven't seen at the end of the year. I just reviewed Begonia. That review's coming out really soon, probably after this one, because I kind of want to get this one out now. I literally just came in from the theater. I said, why not? Let's go check out Five Nights at Freddy's 2. But I will say, I was not a fan of the first one. Had a lot of problems in the horror department. I don't care what the property
Then why did you watch it?
is. If you're showing off-screen kills for 95% of the movie, it gets annoying. Okay, that was kind of my big thing, and unlikable characters. All right, but I think compared to this movie, the first movie looks pretty damn good. Okay, because this was absolute trash. It was just horrible, and I saved the word trash for when it's definitely needed. And my God, I felt like I wanted to. I almost left the theater
When it was needed, buddy. Nobody made you go watch this movie. Don't act like it's the movie's fault. It's actually kind of your fault you didn't like it. Stop doing that shit.
Early. I almost left the theater early, and I never do that. But I was just like, please,
Yeah,
please let this in. So
None of these reviewers ever leave the theater early. They never do, because they know that if they do, the review ain't worth shit. Well, don't believe the hype we're gonna talk about.
you know what? I'm gonna give it its fair due, though. Let's give it the plot synopsis. Let's give you some pros and cons, if there are any pros. I will try my best. Okay.
How about
I will try to find one good thing about this movie. All right, one good thing.
Stop bullshitting about it. Come on.
Will try to do. Okay, but first let's give you a quick plot synopsis. Now, in this movie, there is another Freddy's restaurant. I guess it was the first one or something like that, because it's got some differences than the one that was in the last movie, which surprises our main character, Mike, played by Josh Hutcherson. But his sister Abby is missing, I guess, her quote-unquote friends, the helpers from the previous movie, and so she's suffering with...
We're gonna make it a little bit faster, just a tad bit.
Some of those issues.
Just for time
there
purposes.
are these ghost hunters led by McKenna Grace. They're there to meet this guy by the name of Michael to intercept him. He's sort of an important character in the movie, who's only in the movie for maybe 2 minutes. He shows up at the beginning and then like at the very end of the movie. And if that pissed you off that I said that, I'm sorry. Okay, but I hate this movie so much that I don't care.
Don't do that.
But yeah, she's a group of ghost hunters. They go into this particular Freddy's, and there's this ghost of Charlotte, or I don't know if you call it a ghost. It's got to be a ghost, right? Charlotte was the daughter of this character played by Skeet Ulrich, who's in the movie for half a second. When Mike, yes, there's a Mike and a Michael in this movie because they could not, I guess there were no names left, so they had Mike and Michael. But the main character, Mike, Josh Hutcherson, goes to Skeet Ulrich's house. I'll just call him Skeet, okay? And Skeet, before he leaves, gives him this plot device that's extremely important that would probably never happen in real life. Just a complete stranger. Oh, by the way, here, take this plot device. But yeah, he takes the plot device over to the Freddy's 1. We'll call it Freddy's 1, okay? And then there's a big showdown at the final act of the movie. All right. And Vanessa is back. She's dealing with the trauma from her father, played by Matthew Lillard, the Scream reunion, people, who's also in the movie for like half a second. But to give credit, Matthew Lillard does a good job in the part that he's in. You know, he has to show some craziness, some emotion, and he does it quite well. Not that Skeet's not good, but I think Matthew had more fat to chew on in his particular role. I think Matthew Lillard likes playing a bad guy too, because he does it pretty well. And by the way, I'm a big fan of Matthew Lillard's acting, okay? Just to timestamp this video. And Quentin Tarantino says he's seen Scream, but I don't think he truly...
Yeah, Skeet Ulrich was kind of doing the opposite. He wasn't playing a Billy character. And the fact that they were partners, both their characters, both Skeet Ulrich and... now that I'm not really covering the movie anymore, doing these reviews, I forget his name. William Afton, that character. They were both partners when they established the first Freddy's location. He originally wore the one suit, while William Afton originally wore the yellow bell suit. You can look this up on your own time, if you have it already. And if you know something I don't, leave a comment and correct me if you want to. But yeah, they're partners, just like their characters were partners in the original Scream movie. So
watched it, because if you say that Matthew Lillard is a bad actor after watching that movie, then something is wrong. I don't care how great of a director you are. Also, Newman is in here. Wayne Knight from Seinfeld, he has a part in here. He's this asshole teacher. And why is everybody an asshole to Abby in this movie?
See, just mention Wayne White. You didn't have to put Newman in, though. You did it for the algorithm. Because, the algorithm is going to pay attention to the word Newman. Because I guess that's like his best credit in Seinfeld, right? Newman. I didn't even watch Seinfeld. I didn't even notice he was in Seinfeld.
He's the guy that you love to hate in this. So there's a lot of moving parts in this second movie, no pun intended. And yes, you do get some of the Five Nights robots, the good ones and the bad ones. Although some of them kind of show up at the last minute. And 2 and 2, you can put that together. I'll start with one thing that I liked, and I'll call it potential, okay? Potential, because they're 2, you can put that together. The bad ones, although some of them kind of show up at the last minute. You do get some of the Five Nights robots, the good ones and the bad ones. Although some of them kind of show up at the last minute. And 2 and 2, you can put that together. I'll start with one thing that I liked, and I'll call it potential, okay? Potential, because there is Charlotte taking the form of one of the characters. And if you've seen the trailer, I'm sure it probably shows that. I don't care. I'll tell you. I don't care. Okay, be mad. McKenna Grace, she gets possessed.
Bro. Drum dums. Listen, drum dums. Nobody's mad. Let me slow down. Nobody is mad at this point. Nobody is mad because you are revealing information that nobody really gives a damn about. Nobody cares. Okay, you're not spoiling it because not that many people are watching it anymore. They're saving their money and energy, They're saving their time, money, and energy and whatnot for Avatar: Fire and Ash, which I cannot wait. I'm seeing it this Thursday.
Possessed by the ghost of Charlotte. That is the only cool part of the movie. She looks pretty damn cool, and I think if they would have capitalized on that, but she's only in the movie for half a second, at least that particular version of the character.
You mean the actress looks hot and cute? I don't care if she's 19. I don't care. She's an adult, but by not say slaw. I mean, but to be fair, 19 is kind of still teen, so I'd have to watch it at my 34-year-old age. But yeah, still cute.
Then maybe we had something here. But I think because there's so many moving parts in this movie that they can't stay focused on one thing for too long enough for you to actually care what's going on. So yeah, that was really the only good thing about the movie, and it's not even good because it wasn't properly utilized, okay? And look, here's the big thing. 1, movie's boring as fuck. It's really, really boring, okay? 2, every character, especially the big name characters in this, they are collecting a check. They could care less, all right? Josh Hutcherson, McKenna Grace, Elizabeth Lail. Those 3, you can almost catch them rolling their eyes.
I wouldn't say it really like that. I mean, maybe sometime. I don't know. I don't think they're rolling their eyes, bro. I think they're rolling their eyes. They have to act. They're actors. This is their job. Am I speaking too close to the mic? 1 minute I'm too close, then I'm too far away. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You can almost catch them rolling their eyes as they are finishing up their lines in this movie. Luckily, they cut the camera before their eyes started rolling up into the back of their head. Because, wow, this movie is so freaking forgettable and safe and lame.
It's
and
Venom.
there's really no effective scares, because it's that type of movie, right? But you get the jump scare sound constantly through the movie. Even in some scenes that aren't even necessarily scares, they say, hey, we got an extra jump scare sound over here. Let's go ahead and use it, okay? Because we paid.
Yeah, he is right about that, though. There were a lot of jump scares in this film. There was one too many jump scares because, I guess they knew that it wasn't really scary, because it's hard to make a PG-13 movie scary. Like, most of the time, most horror movies are rated R, at least. Even Scream, because you're trying to make... Well, first of all, gore makes things more scarier. More scarier, not more scarier. Although it probably is more scarier in the cases of like Terrifier or Silent Night, Deadly Night, as we'll see. But yeah, there was that constant jump scare that kept slapping you in the face all the time, and it was really annoying. It was like trying to grab your attention. I guess what they're trying to do is get people off their phones. That makes sense.
Let's throw it in here. And so you get the boom. As those sounds are happening, you're doing this. The entire movie. It is annoying. I almost am curious to go back and check out the first movie, because at least that one is structured better. But this one is just a mess of a movie. It is easily one of the worst movies of the year. And there's no saving it. If a movie makes me want to leave it before it's over, then you know it's bad, okay? Because there haven't been too many movies at all that I've wanted to walk out.
See, these reviewers cannot leave the film. They cannot leave the film because if they do, they will not see the ending, and therefore they won't be able to talk about it. So they have to stay until the end. Even the mid-credit scene or end-credit scene, whatever it is.
Even if I watch them at home wanting to leave my couch, I'll usually suffer through a bad movie. But this one almost took the cake. So yeah, massive 2 hours lost for this movie. Luckily, McKenna Grace kind of saves it. Gets.
See, I hate it when people say 2 hours lost, 2 hours of my time. I don't even say that. I mean, I guess I could say that about Megalopolis. That was 2 hours of my time. But I'm glad I saw it because I know that it's so bad. At least in my opinion, it's bad. So I know not to watch it again. 2 hours of your time, like, buddy, you took that risk. You walked into that knowing that it might be 2 hours. Even if you don't watch trailers, even if you don't watch reviews, that's fine. You walk in with the risk of any movie being good or bad. You don't know. I walk in that with Avatar, although I don't think I'm going to get that, but I'm going to try not to get my hopes up too much. I just don't want to spoil the surprise. It's kind of like Christmas. You don't want to open your present too early. You don't want to get a sneak peek of it. You kind of just want to wait till it comes out. I think we'll just be too spoiled when we don't know what surprises are anymore. And that's what's wrong with us. We get too many sneak peeks and too many early releases. I think we should stop that.
It away from a looped in hell, okay? But yeah, don't go see Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Even though this movie made like $64 million, I have lost all faith in humanity. How in the hell can this movie make that much money when you got movies like Begonia and Hamnet and a lot of other great movies making a small fraction of that? That's just insane.
Yeah, because they're not scary movies, and you lost all faith in humanity because you didn't really have that much faith in humanity. Really, he had... Honestly, to be fair, Drum Dums, he is a pretty fair reviewer. He really is. So, I'll let him have this one because it's fair. He's not really that much of a douche like Cody Leach or any other. Well, I don't know if I can call Cody Leach a grifter, but he's not a grifter. He's not a hater. He doesn't say things completely for the algorithm. Maybe they do a little bit, but he's fairly honest. It's just there's people on the internet that they love to just smash on anything. For example, I'll show you that later on with the Supergirl trailer. But Anyway, back to the movie.
I'll have to look up and see what Big On You made. It's been out for a while, but I know for a fact Hamnet didn't make that much. Okay, but yeah, this was just bad, really, really bad. Did you like it? I respect it if you liked it. Let me know why you liked it down in the comments, okay? Also, subscribe to the second channel, Drum Dums Extra, where you get the live stream clips, the other types of content. Go over there, you'll check it out. I'm in a pissed off mood today after watching this movie. Jesus.
Okay.
Come over to Killer Flex, where we talk horror all day and every day on Fridays. We do FIFA Fridays. Follow my Drum Dums on my social support me on Patreon. Become a channel member, buy me coffee. You know, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a day, and Rum Dum out.
Alright, that's it for that. Boink. Okay, so here is the Supergirl trailer. I have not seen the trailer. I'm actually gonna look it up real quick. I forgot to do that. I thought I added that. I didn't add that. Okay. Streamers react to Leon. They want to go fucking nuts over the shit. They really do. It's amazing what they want to do. Five Nights at Freddy's. Anyway, Supergirl trailer, not reaction. Okay, we'll just watch this. I'll probably get a copyright because of it, but fuck it. They're gonna bitch about the song, by the way. I know some people are.
You managed to get most of it on the paper this time. Good job, buddy. Hi, cars are out. Hereby declare the 23 will be the best year yet. Let's be honest, babe, it's not a very high bar to clear.
I didn't know any of you were still alive. What was it like to lose everything in the day? You were still alive. What was it like to lose everything in the day? I didn't know any of you were still alive. What was it like to lose everything in
Why does her face look familiar? You give me 1 second. Oh, this movie just came out. It got re-released along with Sinners in IMAX, 70mm, at AMC anyway, and other theaters too, including the IMAX sale. But okay, and this is the movie, right? That's coming out this coming year, 2026. I don't know. I think it's like June or something, June or July. Right in time for the fourth summer. They're gonna wait until summer. Yep, June 26th. June 26th, 26. So 62626. Okay. Or 62626. 6262026. Interesting. I know I'm shifting a little bit. She took her brother's logo and put look out of it. Okay. Okay, so here she is, Eve Widley. She's from Into the Badlands. Yeah, you got Dave Corset in it. It's cool. Why does Eve Widley look so familiar? Okay, I thought she was in... She just has one of those faces, I guess. Yeah. I would watch that, but I'm not going to. Anyway, let's get back to the trailer.
In a day.
Proton didn't die in a day. The gods are not that kind.
Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
Wipe the dialogue.
Do others on your planet have powers like you?
No, it's a pretty small group of 2.
What Superman like?
He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
Okay, let me get my actual earbuds. I mean headphone. I'm gonna go full NX mode here. Oh, detective video. You see that? Okay. Anyway, oh, okay, hold on. Let me give me this. You are? All right. Now I gotta change the audio output to headphones, and I gotta change it in an actual system to headphones, so it's actually picked up. All right. So there was that, and guess we'll see the trailer reactions now.
James Gunn, yeah, James.
It's loud as fuck right there.
James Gunn's DC universe is continuing with the second film from DC and James Gunn and company. He did not direct this. He did not write this, but I've seen the trailer and he might as well have done that. It's very Gunn inspired. Alan, you have not seen the trailer.
I have not. I saw the teaser.
I'm gonna show it to you, and we'll talk about it on the back end. Hang on.
It's green. It is green.
Crypto is about to piss on a newspaper, the Daily Planet. It says Superman saves town from nuclear reactor explosion. And what does Crypto do? Takes a piss on Superman.
You managed to get most of it on the paper this time.
Clearly, he already saw it, but he's reacting to it anyway. When I just reacted to it, and that's the first time I actually saw it. Wow.
Good job, buddy.
Nihilism is back, baby.
Yeah.
Irreverence is back, baby. Nihilism is here.
Cars are out. Hereby declare the 23 will be the best year yet. 23 will be the best year yet.
So they're going back in time by 3 years. 23? I didn't miss that part. I didn't catch that part.
Let's be honest, babe. It's not a very high bar to clear.
I bet she's never been drunk in her life.
I didn't know any of you were still alive. What was it like to lose everything in a day?
Proton didn't die in a day. The gods are not that kind.
Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
They have the same face. They have this huge big mouth.
Do others on your planet have powers like you?
Of course they're British.
No, it's a pretty small group of two.
No, it's British. Capitán, she says schedule. If she says schedule, she's British. She's fucking British, mate.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
let her
not
tell
like
you wrong. Don't let her drive you wrong, mate.
He sees the
That's
good
our
in
starting,
everyone.
by the way. From
And
down
I see
under.
the truth.
Fucking hell. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say fucking.
Opens June 26, 2026. 1 week. 1 week before our country's 250th birthday, America. Happy birthday to you.
Yes, truth,
Alan,
justice, whatever.
yeah, it's so funny because nihilism and irreverence, I feel like it's gone on so long. It's now become tiresome, expected. She's wearing like she's got this trench coat a la Star-Lord in the first Guardians. She's listening to music. It's got that gun soundtrack thing. We've got, Blondie singing Call Me. What is that? A song from 1981? 80?
Yeah.
So
Well, I
it's
mean,
got
to your
that-
point, I'll just add to what you're saying.
Please.
The trailer
That
feels like
life
Marvel movies after, trying to copy.
is without objective meaning, purpose, or intrinsic value. Steaming from the Latin, nothing. No.
James Gunn, which is
Right.
basically every Marvel movie after Endgame, and that's what this is. It's not even a good replication of James Gunn.
Right. Well, the newspaper that Crypto urinated on with Superman also says, there's a headline, if you look close, says Supergirl saves a cat. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't, and
That's
no
okay.
one else. Yeah,
That's okay.
You're the only one who saw it.
I've seen this trailer more than once.
Yo,
I
no.
gotta
no.
say, it just seems
We know.
seems dated. And the
Well,
messaging, you know what would be a messaging that would stand out? Would be a heroic woman that we can look up to. And as it is, she's a flawed hero. Now, she can have flaws, she can feel insecure, but I feel like, who do young boys and girls have as heroes now? They've taken them all away. They've
also, Superman
deconstructed
wasn't
every
raised
hero
today.
or
Superman was raised
race or
today.
gender swap them.
Yeah.
There's when I was a kid,
No, it's not just Gen Z. It's
I had
everybody.
William
Yeah, y'all all
Shatner,
fucked
Captain Kirk. I had Captain Kirk as someone to look up to. I had Luke Skywalker, fighting his demons, trying to be good. I had Superman, Chris Reeves, and I thought about those heroes all the time as a kid. I was the right.
As a kid, you had no real life heroes, so you had comic books and movies. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, man, come on.
Right age for all those movies in first run.
I do.
And they inspired me. And the kind of media that kids are getting now, I feel sad. And do the people who work on these movies, do they even have kids? Alan, you're a father to a daughter. I'm a father to a daughter. I don't know that my daughter would like this.
Right. Well, I
like,
mean, I've
kind of
said
character.
it before, but it's, Supergirl is a character that Gen Z can relate to. But the problem is you want a movie that Gen Z can aspire it to be. A character that inspires you to be better than you currently are. I don't know that why would you promote, let's just say that the target goal of Supergirl is $500 million. This trailer does not inspire me to want to not only see the movie, but see it over and over again, which is what you need to reach that $500 million point.
Yeah.
And my point is, I this idea that we're promoting an unlikable character and expect people to flock to theaters is just a bad marketing misstep. And I don't even get a sense that there's a character arc, that this is where she is at the beginning of the movie, and by the end, she changes and sees the light. You just really don't get that sense in this, and so why would I see it? Why would I see a depressing movie about a superhero? And is it going to reach that 500 million mark? I just don't think so. I think you're going to have a very weak opening unless they can turn it around with the trailers.
Well, I'll say this. It will not make more than Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And I stick to that.
Yeah.
It will not make more. And
I think we should just stop releasing trailers for highly anticipated films and just announce the fact that it's coming out, announce the due date, the date that it's due to come out, the release date, and with the title, and that's it. No teaser, no trailer, just that, not even a goddamn poster, just release the due date and the title, that's it.
is anyone in Hollywood, I mean, I know James Gunn is married, but he's never had kids. You are a different person.
No, he has kids. He
does?
Yeah, with his first wife.
The fuck does that have to do with
anything?
I wish I had a layback chill, man.
Yeah,
I wish
Jen
I
Fisher.
did.
Yeah.
I want a layback chill.
I believe they have one kid.
No, I never knew that he did.
Wish you didn't.
I could be wrong. He doesn't have kids. Sorry.
Okay.
Alan, you're correct. So he does not have kids. You're a changed person when you have children. There's a responsibility. I feel none of the people making these movies about heroes, did they know? I mean, look, we're not the target audience. I'm watching this out of nostalgia, that I grew up reading comics, that I love things that are genre. I am not a normie, okay? When it comes to certain properties, I am not a normie, all right? Really, we're not creating new heroes for a new generation. And I think not being a parent, there's a responsibility. What I exposed my kids to when they were old enough they could start watching certain types of movies were the movies I grew up watching. Things like Back to the Future, Superman, Star Wars, of films of that era. And I like to feel I gave them a positive media diet. But there hardly are any new things that are positive. It's disheartening. Yeah, he doesn't have kids.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, I mean, where kids get heroes today is wrestling, professional wrestling. Because it's clearly defined. These are the baby faces are the heroes we aspire to be. The heels are the villains we want to boo. That we visibly want to get angry at. And wrestling is all about that drama between the extremes of good and evil. And John Cena's retiring tomorrow. That's the last really great storytelling art form at the moment is professional wrestling. I just saw Timothy Chalamet do an interview with Cody Rhodes, and all they talked about was wrestling and how great storytelling is in wrestling.
Well, I think we need heroes. It is important to have. Even when I was a kid, I had heroes in many spaces. George Washington was a hero to me. Abraham Lincoln was a hero to me. When I was a kid, I loved history class because it was stories about our country, America, and I felt I was imbued as a kid with lots of positive heroes that formed a lot of my character and how I see things in the world. And what we're getting is too many stories that create heroes with sort of, they don't have the virtues of true heroism, or they're anti-heroes like a Cruella de Vil. Matt Walsh recently did a video about Cruella de Vil and how Disney has this trend now of taking the villains and telling their side of the story. and we might look at that video and comment on it. But they're showing, well, this the villain had a point. The villain had a point of view. But I grew up when villains were bad, just bad, and the hero had virtues that were admirable. I mean, the villains may have been more interesting than the hero, like Luke Skywalker, kind of milquetoast. But I thought constantly about these heroes as a kid, and it had a huge impact on me, and I feel sad for kids today.
Alrighty then.
Well, it's no secret.
So, I'm not entirely sure how long I'm gonna go with this, as I'm never sure. I was about to fall asleep though. Lying back. Let's continue and see what Snarky J Cosplay has to say. Didn't mean to make that rhyme. Don't have to play the game. Bars.
I don't have much faith in James Gunn, but hopefully, despite his involvement,
Never
this
did,
movie could
bitch.
still be
Never
super-
did.
Hey y'all, Snarky J
I'm gonna make this
Cosplay
funny.
here. Yes, I know. Before you go raging in the comments, I know. Wrong suit, wrong hair, doesn't matter. I was not about to order a whole new cosplay for.
Bitch, nobody ever wants you to. Nobody wants you to order a whole new suit and a whole new thing and all that other shit. Come on now. Nobody cares that much. You look fine, darling. You look fine. Smashing.
A trailer reaction
Smashing,
video.
darling,
So,
yeah.
as I'm sure you're already aware, today we got the very first teaser trailer for James Gunn's new Supergirl. We've already seen a little bit of this partier, binge drinking under a red sun Supergirl from James Gunn's Superman, which came out this past summer. And a lot of people who didn't like my reaction to it sought to rage, it's in the comics. I know all about Tom King's Supergirl. I don't need to be educated on it. I'm aware. I just don't like it. There's so many other directions they could have taken with this character. So as it stands, not super excited for this one, but I'm still willing to see what they do. I don't think James Gunn is
Yeah, so you can talk shit about it and smash on it and be a grifter. For all for the YouTube algorithm, baby. That's what it's about. Just grifting on it.
totally incapable of writing anything with any gravitas, right? Right?
Well, it's not like you are. I mean, do you even watch your videos? You're trying to be funny, but you're not funny. You're just annoying. But maybe it'd be different. Maybe it'd be different.
Please tell me I'm right. I can't take him ruining Batman for me. Anyway, all of my apocalypse.
You should be an actress. She should be an actress. She really should. She should get an Oscar. Get a new job.
Thoughts aside, we're going to watch this trailer. I haven't seen it yet, and I decided there's nobody I would rather watch this trailer with than you, beautiful viewer.
Hi y'all, Editing Jay here. Guess who has one thumb in frame right now and didn't notice that my autofocus on the camera wasn't working for most of this video? Me! So I know it's going in and out for most of the reaction. I promise it'll come back as soon as I am sitting still and facing directly into the camera. I don't know why I hated my hair so much today, but it just was not cooperating. I'm so
to expect, but my prediction is there's going to be way more of that dog than I'd ever want to see. Let's jump right in. Of course, there he is.
I like the dog. I think he's the best part.
Ooh, I do love Blondie.
No, you don't.
Piss jokes. This early on.
On the paper this time. Good job, buddy.
Maybe you should get some. Maybe you should get some piss jokes.
Alright, cars are out. Hereby declare the 23 will be the best year yet.
Let's be honest, babe, it's not a very high bar to clear.
Okay, kind of with her on that one. I talked to the dog at home.
What was it like to lose everything in a day?
Her Tom didn't die.
Okay, real quick. That's exactly what I want. This is what I want. Like, I understand Tom King's Supergirl, but that's what I want to delve more into. Not just like, oh, I'm just, having fun, party girl, boozy. No. Like, let's get into the trauma. Let's do this for real. I know James Gunn can do this, because I know what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He can delve into this. That's what I'm hoping to get. A more serious, a more dramatic character. That's what I want.
The gods are not that kind.
Okay, this does not look like this
She
is
looks
gonna
just
end
like
well.
me. She looks like she could be a sister.
For you guys.
Like a twin. They have to be related.
Do others on your planet have powers like you?
No, it's a pretty small group of 2.
What, Superman?
Oh! No, wait.
It's a pretty small group.
Went back to 128. I went too far, but hold on a second. Was that Lobo? Oh my god, no. My whole opinions have changed. Lobo.
Hold on, I gotta slow it down. Can't play it back too fast. I just wanted to breeze through her. I wanted to fast forward through a lot of her shit because, like I said, she's annoying.
Was that Lobo? Oh my god, no. My whole opinions have changed. Oh my god, no. My whole opinions have changed. I don't care about anything else. I just want him. You guys don't understand. I'm actually unironically such a big fan of Lobo. I love Lobo. That to this day is one of my favorite cosplays I've ever done, and I never wear it because every time I wear it, people think I'm Gene Simmons. I'm not Gene Simmons. It's supposed to be Lobo. I have no words.
What, Superman?
He sees the good in everyone.
Lobo. Who is Lobo? Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Alien form. Invulnerability, genius level, intellect, cloning. Okay, that should be a dash between genius and level. Fuck off. I know, right? It can't be Jason Statham. It can't be. I mean Jason Momoa. Can't be. God damn it. See, they get Lobo to be played by Jason Momoa because he's already playing. He's already Aquaman. Now he's another DC character. I guess because he's a comedian. Jason Momoa is a comedian, so.
And I see the truth.
I like that. Yes. She's not just supposed to be like female Clark Kent, so I like that that's, we're getting something different here.
Get well, you just like the Lobo thing. That's what got you all excited now. See how her opinion just literally flipped on itself. She did a Power Ranger backflip. She did never mind that, because when the Power Rangers do a flip or a backflip, they land back on their feet. So anyway, what I'm saying is, Snarky Jason, she just completely morphed now that she saw Lobo. She completely morphed. Now she likes it. Snarky likes it.
Okay, that was so much better than I anticipated.
Nope. Don't do that. Just continue. Don't change your mind. Continue to hate it, please. Continue to hate it, and don't say you're gonna see it. Don't
I
say
was
it.
like, we're already getting the dog pissing on things. This sucks. I don't like that dog. I don't like that dog. And you know what? Real quick, everybody got super mad at.
I mean, he's a dog. They're gonna piss. I'm glad I don't have a dog. Actually, I do kind of want a dog, but he's a dog. I mean, I actually like the dog. The dog is the best part to me. I think he's funny. You know, whooping Superman's ass. Of course, he's not gonna do that to Supergirl because she's his owner. But I mean, you don't like that dog. Why?
Me because I didn't like the dog in Superman. Everybody was like, oh my god, you have an ugly dog. Why are you so mad about the dog? I'm so mad about the dog because he's malevolent. My dog does something wrong or he steps on me and I say ow and he's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, you can tell he's apologetic. Crypto is malevolent.
Okay, it's the owner's fault immediately. It is the owner's fault because dogs are reflective of the owner and they're training from that owner. But why are you bitching about a dog that's not even real and benevolent? You're hating on a fucking dog now.
He hurts people for fun. I think that dog is a prick, so I'm not excited to see this dog. I'm also...
He only hurts Superman for fun. Because Superman is not his owner. And Superman doesn't know how to discipline him. Versus... Is it Kara? I think her name is Kara. Car is away or Car. He did... Superdog will not hurt Kara, Supergirl, because she's his actual owner. It's not like the dog just hurts anyone. It's only Superman. As a matter of fact, Clark Kent... I think Clark Kent is supposed to show up in the movie, right? He's supposed to show up in the movie. Yep. David Corset as Kal-El, Car's cousin. So yeah, Crypto's probably gonna tackle, you know, like, hey, long time no see, buddy. He's gonna tackle him. Wanna bet?
I'm not excited for the piss jokes because James Gunn seems to love toilet humor, and I think that that's a little bit beneath all of us at this point. However, that was such a small portion of this trailer. I really think that there is something good to be had with this movie because, again, I mentioned it earlier and we've talked about it in discussions about Supergirl. Supergirl is supposed to be like a more traumatized character. She witnessed the destruction of her people, which, you know, Clark Kent basically got to escape and he was a baby. And she carries this trauma with her. And yes, okay, I don't like it when it gets reduced to the party girl, I'm just being boozy for the sake of being boozy thing. But it seems like James Gunn is really going to give us this character sort of reckoning with that, right? She's going to have to reconcile past these things. And I'm already seeing a little bit of that Guardians of the Galaxy, Bands of Misfits type things that James Gunn really just loves to lean into. He does not know how to do a movie without those tropes. And I get kind of bored of it. But I like what we're getting with this version of Supergirl. It seems like there's going to be a little more drama in this than I feel there was in James Gunn's Superman. I mean, there's even that shot of her, you know, with the tears in her eyes, petting Crypto. And I like that. I think if I thought this looked bad, I would tell you. And I'm not just excited because of Lobo. I understand that, like, I immediately switched up after Lobo. But to be honest, I think we're getting some good stuff here. I would tell you if I thought it looked like James Gunn is never going to cast me in anything. So I don't have to be nice to him for the sake of being nice to him. But this, to me, looks like it has genuine promise. And you know what? I'd rather live in a world where I can just be cautiously optimistic about things than to think every single property I've ever given a out is f***ed. I think this looks like it has potential. I like this trailer so much more than I liked any of the Superman trailers. I think we could be getting something good with this character here. On top of that, I'm stoked for Lobo. I'm so sorry. I really am. I have to say it. I've always...
She has to say all of it. That's her only favorite part. Lobo. Nothing else matters but Lobo. Jason Momoa.
Felt like they really couldn't make Deadpool the way Deadpool was intended in today's culture, and I always kind of felt like they were never gonna do Lobo because Lobo is kind of almost worse, if not on par, just more violent. I mean, he's literally a parody of so many characters, and I love that about him, but I thought there's no way they're ever gonna give this guy his flowers on screen, and it seems like we could be getting just that. So honestly, I think this looks good. I think it looks promising. I think it looks like something I'm interested in. I'm definitely curious about it. And honestly, the past few superhero films that I've done trailer reactions for, I've kind of sat there and been like, if I never saw this, I would be okay. And this, even if I wasn't reviewing it, even if this was not my job, I would be curious enough about this character and about the direction of this film to go back and watch it. And I really love, again, that distinction that they're making here. And the fact that we are getting her a little more solemn than she was sold to us kind of at the beginning of the trailer and when she appeared in Superman. I like that we're getting a more honest, and that line, right? He sees the good in everyone, I see the truth. Kara is supposed to be more grounded, less hopeful, less optimistic because she's lived a very different life than Kal-El/Clark. So that I'm excited about. I never liked that in the Supergirl show, she kind of just felt like female Clark Kent for an extended period of time, and that really is not the point of the character. This looks promising. I hate to admit it, but I think James Gunn might have cooked with this one. Obviously, so much remains to be seen, but based on that first teaser trailer, I'm in. I think it looks good. Wow, I actually said a nice thing about a James Gunn movie. This might be a sign of an apocalypse to come. I don't even...
No, it's just that it's about time you really start being honest and stop catering to the algorithm just for likes and views, and give us honesty instead of you just bending the knee to the algorithm. Because I'm looking at the TV, I should be looking at the camera. You keep thinking that people are going to keep watching you, eventually they're going to stop. Because if you have nothing negative to say, if you have nothing but negativity to say, eventually they're going to call you out as a grifter. And if they have not already, I will. My mic is too close. My mouth is too close to my mic. But, you know, I first started to kind of like Snarky J. I liked everybody originally. But then I started noticing her snarky attitude and realizing that she was mostly negative because she kept saying a lot of the same shit. Not really positive, not really honest. They all say they're honest. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion, my honest criticism, my honest review. It's never honest. Glad I got my heater on. 'Tis the season. But yeah, they're not really honest. None of these reviewers are. To be fair, Snarky J is not a reviewer. She doesn't review films. I mean, she does, but she's not a film reviewer. She's just a YouTube celebrity wannabe. She wants to be a celebrity on YouTube. Right? Should get a job. But you should. I mean, your dad knows how to do camera, so you should get a job in like camera work, AV.
No, that's all for me. I've been Snarky J. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Nope, don't like and subscribe. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. I want to watch Jezebel, but first of all, let's get back to Resident Evil.
What is happening? So, I think that this trailer is Resident Evil. I saw Capcom. It's got to be. Yep. Of course.
Hello?
It hasn't been easy.
Oh, he's talking.
But after much effort, here we finally are.
I thought he was a zombie. Is he a hybrid?
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Talk to me. Is this one like the others? And it's not post-mortem lividity. Hey, I just got a report of a missing police officer. It might be unrelated, but he disappeared near where the fifth body was found.
Through you, Elvis can finally be set free.
Elvis.
The team has settled on a person of interest. Someone with ties to Umbrella.
The long trailer. They put work in. I heard his first name. I hear a second one.
Grace! Grace!
I'm watching a live stream. I can just back it up.
Purchased a building after Umbrella went under. I'll send you the address.
What do you say? Back it up.
Grace! Grace!
I'm watching a live stream. I can just back it up.
Purchased a building.
I'm watching a live stream. I can just back it up.
Purchased a building after Umbrella went under. I'll send you the address.
Welcome. Dr. Gideon has been expecting you.
Got the man? Ha ha!
Okay. Because they have. That's not that good. It's when you have AI generated pictures, knowing that he's not going to look like that, he's going to look very damn close to Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4 remakes. Why the fuck are we having him? Why are we having the goddamn eyebrows? That shit's misleading. That's my pet peeve. Don't do that shit.
My boy!
Yes. They did the same thing with Chris, although they did make a little difference. They did that.
Let's get it, baby!
I don't know why they didn't do
Woo! Leon is back! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Consider it bought. Capcom. 10 million subscribers. Woo!
Woo, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was over. I thought it was over. Yeah. Yo. Yo.
One of gaming's most iconic characters is back for Resident Evil Requiem. The story in Requiem will intertwine the fate of two playable characters. Grace's storyline takes players through a unique survival horror experience, while Leon delivers explosive action to the game. It's going to be exciting. It's coming out in February.
Got you.
This year has been an incredible one.
All right. Now.
You know,
now it's over. Yo, you see the bullet through the... Yo. He's got the kick. The bullet. Oh, man. Man, it's going to be great. Woo.
just had to watch Taiwan's. Every important detail in the trailer. Okie dokie, then let's get to a few Silent Night reviews. But first, let's get to the Hamlet. I think we should do Hamlet. This is Hamlet.
But they have a really beautiful romance and build a family, and events occur that lead to.
Actually, fast forward it a little bit. think we saw this, right? I could do it.
Yeah, James Gunn's DC universe is continuing with the second film from DC and James Gunn and company. He did not direct this. He did not write this, but I've seen the trailer and he might as well have done that. It's very
teaser.
New baby.
Movie.
Well,
it's a movie.
let's see what he has to say. This is him. He's with people. What is she wearing? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, well let's. His fingerprints are all over that movie.
I don't care. I don't care.
And when I watch this film, Paul Mescal basically plays William Shakespeare. It's
back up a little bit. You should show it when you have that title. When you have the title.
Hamnet.
See 40.
Hamnet is from Hamnet. Let's start with the movie you and I have both seen, Alan.
4023. But he has it on. See, 4040 shouldn't do that. Should be 4023. Hold on. Hold on. At the correct time. Mark it at the correct.
Hamnet. Hamnet is from director Chloe Zhao. It is the story behind the writing of the play Hamlet. And when I watch this film, Paul Mescal basically plays William Shakespeare. It's about a romance with a woman he just falls for, a woman that's maybe not up to his station. They have a wild romance.
She's a witch.
Well, someone might call her that, but they have a really beautiful romance and build a family, and events occur that lead to what the inspiration may have been for elements of the story of Hamlet. This is a kind of movie that Hollywood used to make. Romance, love, loss, tragedy.
Yeah, because no one really knows the actual true story of Hamnet, which is the real name for Shakespeare's son. So an author put together a could have of Shakespeare's only son, his life. Hamnet is the name of William Shakespeare's only son who died young, while Hamlet is the name of his famous tragedy. The connection is the pervasive speculation that the grief from losing his son Hamnet inspired the play Hamlet. Pervasive. What do we mean by pervasive? Explain this. Oh, Elizabethan England. England's time period during that era when Queen Elizabeth was the queen. While there is no explicit proof, this theory, popularized by the novel Hamnet, suggests the play is a way for the playwright to process his. The play is a way for the playwright, the writer of the play, to process his grief and guilt, creating parallels between the characters' lives and the play's themes of loss, revenge, and a son haunted by his father's death. Ah, okay. So that he changes up. The name similarity often interchangeable, and the films do focus on grief, father-son loss, and ghost. Fuel this theory, linking Hamnet's real-life tragedy to the fictional one. Because Hamlet is fake, but Hamnet is the real story. Hamlet is the fictional tale. Even though the book, this book is just a theory, so in itself it's actually fictional, but it's a could have, so it's kind of a loosely based true story. Yeah, some people would call this woke because the wife takes kind of dominance over everybody else, but she doesn't really take dominance over her husband. I mean, it is told a lot from her perspective, but that's because Shakespeare wasn't at home when his son died. So it's kind of showing the only parent that obviously was there at the time, even though he was affected by it. You know, there was no greater grief here. It's just depends on who was there, because Shakespeare was arriving home. He was on his way home, if that were true. Oh, cultural elixir. Okay, hold on. I gotta add this. I think I added. Did I add this?
There, reach out there.
I like how he explains things. Oh, I didn't. Why are people reviewing this now? Oh, okay, I'm just now catching it. He's just now watching Wake Up Dead Man. Some of these people just watch this shit just so they can review it. I watch things because I care. Anyway. We'll get back.
And you see the seeds of what went into Shakespeare's work.
Oh my God.
What it was like to kind of build this play. You see Paul Mescal as Shakespeare working on the play. This is the elements behind it. But I think this movie is like, and also, by the way, this is a movie that needs to be seen in a theater.
Mhm.
I think it's the
100%.
best thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
I don't know anyone that really liked Eternals other than Robert Meyer Burnett. But this is the best thing Chloe Zhao's ever done.
You see, he had to, like a dick, he just had to mention Eternals, because, you know, Eternals got a bad whip. He just had to mention Eternals.
And she has this kind of weird sort of ethereal, spiritual, focusing on things that maybe other directors would miss. And having seen it in a theater, it kind of lulls you into a parts of this are gonna unfold slowly until it doesn't and reaches this ending. I really love it. She's getting accolades as director, but it's weird. And also, she avoids. There's nothing in this movie. There's nothing modern about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
There is no casting of characters, say, that would take you out of the film. Maybe some extras, but nothing like that. There's nothing where it's like modernity, thrown onto a story that's a period piece. So kudos to her for doing that. Whereas other movies would have completely done things that take you out of the film. I really loved it. It's going to get a lot. It's already getting awards, accolades. Alan, what do you think about Hamnet?
I will say that the first half of the movie was complete frustration, and I will tell you why. I cannot understand mumbly British people, and
I can.
And this is why you have to see it in the theater, because I tried to watch it at home on my television, and I just could not engage, because I'm like, what did they say? And this is me through the entire first half. What? Who is this? What's going on? And so, first half of the movie, I'm completely lost in the plot. Other than the two are in love, and she's a witch, and he's William Shakespeare, and he goes to London and abandons his family, so to speak, because the only place he can concentrate is in London and build his plays. And he comes back once in a while, and and his kids miss him dearly. But then the main plot takes place, and I won't tell you what that is, but it has to do with Hamlet. And that's when the movie hooked me. Because it's like, I may or may not be living through a situation like that at the moment. But it's like, all right, I get where this is going emotionally as a story.
Yeah.
And as much as, and at this point, I think people are speaking a little more clear, because I can understand at least half the dialogue at this point. And then you get to the end, and it's like, oh, yeah, this is poetry. This is pure poetry.
Yeah.
And so I do like this movie, but I can never watch this again, because I'd be so frustrated just trying to understand what the dialogue is going in. But that's just me. And I think there are people like me. I'm not the biggest Shakespeare fan, because I'm of a simple mind, and I
was the same way with the something of Irishman, the movie with the Colin Farrell. Because the Irish talk very, very fast and very weird. They have all these little puns. I gotta say. It's very hard to, very hard to understand their accent at times. So I got that. But I mean, British I can understand a little bit more.
just want people to speak normal English, and that's kind of what I wish was happening in this movie. People speaking normal English. But I got it. I understand why this is an exceptional movie, and that's what it is. But if you had the same hangups with Shakespeare that I have, you're not going to enjoy this movie at all.
Well, and I know you're not saying that just because Chloe Zhao is Chinese. She is genuinely.
I understand her other movies.
No, it's okay. But I agree. The first half is a little bit of like it's setting the piece. It's setting up all the pieces of the story. And Jessie Buckley as Agnes Shakespeare. Then they don't really. Here's the thing: this movie does not come around and hit you on the head of like, hey, this is Shakespeare. It all unfolds kind of slowly, and there's something that happens in the middle of the movie that kind of propels the second half. I'm glad they built up to that, because you're right. Mm-hmm. Once things happen in that second half, you're like, oh my God, this is what this is about.
And then it just plays out beautifully. Because a lot of it is me figuring out, well, how does this relate to Hamlet? And then it's like, oh, this is how it relates to Hamlet.
Yes,
you gotta be patient.
Exactly.
You gotta be patient with the film. It builds up to it.
Exactly.
And to everyone, they don't have captions at the movie theater. So when it comes to VOD, I'll watch it and I'll have the captions on.
Well, and to be clear, Alan's saying he tried to watch at home. We have an app that's a screener app that certain movies
I can't look at the
get access to screeners. My preference is always to see a film in the theater.
Yeah,
that's my default setting. But if time does not allow, or if the movie's not out yet, we watch screeners of a lot of indie movies. So that's how we see them. But
let me talk about Jessie Buckley. She is like this dynamo. You know, as much as I couldn't understand what she was saying, she was giving an amazing performance.
Yeah, no, she was great.
And the thing about Jessie Buckley is the first time I heard of Jessie Buckley was at the San Francisco Film Festival with the movie Wild Rose, which is on Hulu at the moment. And there she's playing this Irish girl who loves country music. And it's such a mesmerizing performance. It's a music, half of it's music, just a lot of good country music. The end song is beautiful. And so I've known her as this girl who does musicals, and then she just went full dramatic. And in almost every movie that she's starred in, she's been getting awards nominations, and this is certainly no exception. She's nominated for a CCA, and she deserves it.
Yeah, and I'll say this: the movie ends perfectly. It's like a perfect. It's like this poetic, also I'll say about this film, it's the kind of movie Hollywood stopped making.
Yep.
It's period accurate romance, classic themes. It's dealing with things that everyone can relate to. New love, family, relationship, loss, family strife, also with Shakespeare's mother.
Well, let's just say that Chloe Zhao hits home runs, except for Eternals.
Yeah, that was I would blame Marvel for that.
Yeah,
not her. She did her job, but
she did write it. Let's.
No. Don't change it, Chris. Stick to it. Why did y'all even bring it up, man? Why even bring it up? Why do you keep bringing up Eternals?
Yeah,
she has to take some credit for it.
That's true. But so recommend Hamnet. Really, you need to be in the mood to see a kind of film like this. Okay, it's period. It's, again, the accents are thick, according to Alan. But
no, it's mumbly. It's mumbly. They're mumbling through it.
Mumbly British.
Mumbly British.
Yeah. Well,
and by the way, she's Scottish in the movie, in Wild Rose, and the chat is getting after me on this one. She's Irish in real life.
Yeah. Alan, do you recommend Hamnet?
Cautious recommendation. If you love Shakespeare, I recommend it.
That's the thing. If you love Shakespeare and classic period drama, and you want to see a movie where you'll feel something instead of like most of the modern slop today, then you should see this film. And I remember when I first saw it, I was like, they don't even make movies like this now. They don't even make them. So, kudos to Chloe Zhao for doing this. Let's go to your comments.
Tim is not funny. Trailer for Hamnet told me that if I watch that movie, I will certainly cry. Seemed like it might be about losing a son, which is my kryptonite. I don't know about any of that. Razorburn, I keep wanting to say Hamlet. Yeah, they are interchangeable. It's explained in the movie.
It's based on a book as well.
Yeah. Roxanne Site sounds like Shakespeare in Love for millennials.
Where's the little time?
Much more dramatic. Ryan Lamb for 5. Even the kid.
About.
Okay, then. Let's watch this.
Hamnet is truly one of the most beautiful films of the year. The film, which of course is directed by Chloe Zhao, you have Paul Mescal and Jessie Buckley starring in it. We have a film that truly, I believe, will transcend time. It is a film about the importance of art and art as a way to showcase our feelings and how cathartic it can be as well, not just to the artist that creates the art, but also for the audience that goes for the art. And I truly felt felt moved by this movie in a way I hadn't felt in such a long time. And I love movies. This year I've seen 110. For the past, I would say like 7 years or so, I at least watch 100 films a year now, new releases. And that's always the thing, right? We have our comfort films. And I will tell you, do not let anybody tell you that your comfort film or your favorite film is not a good film. That is your film. It is your special piece of art that brings you some sort of feeling. And if that feeling is something so strong for you, that's amazing. And I want you to keep holding on to that feeling. And don't let anybody ever tell you that you are not a true film lover or any of that, because to be honest, there isn't a right or wrong film out there. Here, Hamnet, which is directed by Chloe Zhao, basically revolves around the life of Agnes, played by Jessie Buckley, and William, played by Paul Mescal. And we see as they begin a romance, eventually a family, and then have to deal with the tragedy of losing their youngest boy. And it is a tragedy that is unfolded on the screen in such a visceral and such a tragic way by Chloe Zhao. I always love Chloe Zhao's directing style because she finds a way to really bring you inside of this character. You feel the rage, you feel the confusion, the sadness that these characters feel over the loss of their son, which is so sudden. And grief is such a very heavy topic to even talk about or even portray in media. And it's crazy because grief is something I think pretty much any living thing on the planet goes through. You feel this intense sadness of seeing somebody you love or know just not be no more. And it is such a tremendous feeling of many feelings, to be exact, because I mean, when somebody passes away, these families, the people closest to them, all react in different ways at different times. Some people feel anger at first, some people feel sadness, other people feel confused. And I think the way that Zhao presents the story is so incredibly touching as well. By the end of the film, we finally see how William has sort of taken the loss of his child, a thing that Jessie Buckley's Agnes just couldn't comprehend, and she's rightful in not being able to comprehend because she's taking it in a different manner as well. We see once Hamnet dies that William is very recluse. He goes and is living in a life of solitude. He is just finishing up his next work. He is pretty much detached from his family, and yes, this is indeed bad. It's bad that he would abandon his family as well, but it's also his way of coping with it. Two things can be right at the same time. He was wrong for the way he abandoned Agnes and their time of need. So he needed to do this in order to be able to move forward. We see that this death of Hamnet takes him to such a dark place where he almost is going to take his own life. He decides to put this like feeling that is so powerful and overtaking his life and mind to create the tragedy of Hamlet, a story that revolves around grief and trying to seek answers and revenge and all of this, the anger that comes with it. He puts it all here for a play that we eventually see that Agnes will attend because she is angered at the thought of William using the name of their son for his next play. She doesn't fully understand yet what he is doing, and her feelings are valid as well. This is a movie that there is no bad or good character. They are all humans. They have flaws. They have their way of treating things. They aren't this cookie cutter of a movie character that you want to have where it's like, well, yeah, I can root for Agnes because William's a bad guy, or I can root for William because Agnes just didn't understand him. No, we all share these moments that are valid in our life because we all feel differently and take things differently because we're just all different. And she sees everybody has crowded to see the story, of course, of tragedy, but Agnes just can't shake off the thought that her son's name is part of this tragedy and is being used to commercialize this art for William. Unbeknownst to her, as she starts to watch the play, that this play is truly about William coming to terms with what just happened. He even plays the ghost of the father that goes to visit Hamlet, or Hamnet in her eyes. And we hear how much William as this character is truly grieving. He is truly wanting Hamlet, the character, to understand how much he loves and cares for him and how he couldn't be there and can't be there no more. And it just adds so many more layers to this already tragic situation both of these characters in, and you're just there trying not to sob. I'm telling you, I watched this at an early screening, and early screenings, they're packed. the front rows and everything. They make sure that everybody gets in here to watch this movie so they can talk about it. And the amount of times I was holding in the tears throughout this movie, and that final act was just something that was truly pushing me. Like, I wanted to just sob, because Jessie Buckley is such an incredible performer, as well as Paul Mescal. But Jessie really takes it to the next level, because Max Rider's score kicks in The Nature of Daylight. That song, it's always going to get to me ever since Shutter Island, and it just hits you like a gut punch. But then Jessie Buckley extends her hand to hold Hamlet's hand. The actor playing Hamlet, of course, played by Noah Jupe, who is just a phenomenal actor. Like, incredible work was done here. And I just lost it. I couldn't anymore. It was just one of the most beautiful and tender moments I've ever seen on a film. And the way Chloe captures it is just on another level, because you see everybody in the audience there reach out their hand to Hamlet as well. They've all been moved. They all feel this. And of course, Jessie Buckley's character of Agnes feels it in a different way, because this is about her son, right? She knows this. But I think the thing here is that anybody in this audience can sort of come out feeling the same way for someone they may have lost as well in their lives. And anybody watching the movie as well. I really felt that, because as we see that Agnes is holding out her hand, it is because this is about Hamnet, and she wishes to hold Hamnet. She sees Hamnet on the stage. This is where Hamnet wanted to be when he grew up. He wanted to be on that stage. And now he will technically be on that stage, because this play is called Hamlet. And Hamnet lives through the art now that his father created in order to process his grief about losing him. Hamnet wanted to play the swordsman on the plays that his father made, and Hamlet is a swordsman. And it is just beautiful to see that through the art. You can even go as far to say that Hamlet's memory will continue to live on as many times that they continue to do this play, which I don't think will ever stop. It's been over 300 plus years, and people still continue to do this play. People still get inspiration for films, for stories from Hamlet. And I think it is just beautiful to see. Now, I know that Hamnet is sort of written in a way where it's not the true story of all of these things, and historians and scholars have said that they're not entirely sure if this is why Shakespeare wrote the play. But nonetheless, I think it is still a beautiful story about the power of art, the power for us to be able to put our feelings down onto a movie, onto a play, onto a musical piece, a painting, a photograph, whatever it is you do as art, a sculpture. It is endless, right? The amount of ways we can create art. It is your own. Nobody will be able to replicate that exact same art that you make, because it comes from inside of you. It is something that you viscerally put out. Even if you say, well, this is just me doing random things, there's something behind the art you're doing. Anything you do, there's something behind it, a feeling, an emotion, a memory, whatever it is. And that's what makes it beautiful. And this moment that we can all come together to appreciate, to talk about art, is what makes everybody human, I feel. And the humanity in Hamnet is just incredible to see. And the more I think about it, the more I talk about this film. I haven't been able really to talk about all of this before. I've been holding it in and just thinking in my head about that ending and what the movie truly meant for me. And it is just always more and more I love this movie. So truly an incredible film. And if you didn't enjoy it, that's totally fine as well. But I do hope you were able to feel or come away with something in the end, and it wasn't just a total waste for you, because there's movies that I do watch as well and I don't really like, but there's something I always bring out of them that I carry on with me. And I think that's the power of art. It doesn't necessarily have to resonate with us, but if it can make us feel or think about something differently, then I think it did its job. On a quick side note, this wasn't really an Any Explained per se, right? It was more me just giving you my thoughts on it. But by the way of the algorithm, I just got to name it that, y'all. So I'm sorry if this wasn't what you were looking for. But I do think that the story that William tells Agnes at the beginning is so incredibly well put, especially with the ending, because it is a story of Orpheus and Eurydice, a old mythological story about trust, about patience, about understanding. Because in the story, Orpheus loses Eurydice and he goes to plead to the underworld to please let him have Eurydice back. And they say on one condition: take her all the way back to the living world, but never look back. just trust us, bro. So we see that Orpheus eventually does take her back to the living, but just as he's about to make it, the trust is broken as he looks back, and we see he then loses Eurydice. She was always behind him, but he didn't have that trust. And I think that story goes with both William and Agnes. They ultimately were holding each other's hand throughout their journey, but at one point that trust was almost lost, and that trust being lost would have meant they would have lost each other. Unlike the story of Orpheus and Eurydice, they were able to keep that trust and be able to move forward. And I think that that's just an incredible way of looking at the relationships, mainly not just romantic relationships, but friendships, families, and things like that. Once that trust or that disbelief for one another comes through or gets broken, then we ultimately are destined to lose each other forever. And that trust and that love is what keeps us going and going forward. So really, really incredible film. I do think this is worth checking out if you haven't already. And, you know, me telling you about the ending and all of that should not take away from you watching this film. I already knew what was going to happen because, of course, it's a book and the plot line's out there about what this movie is about. So I don't think it takes much from the film knowing what happens to Hamnet. It is truly a film that you just have to feel at your core. Let it just be what it is. Don't try to reason in it. Don't try to think about it too much. Just feel it for what it is and what it's trying to tell you. Whatever comes up in your mind as you're watching this, feel those emotions as well. And I think you'll really enjoy this one. But truly cannot speak highly enough of Hamnet, one of my favorites of the year, and truly one of the best of this last decade. So I'm excited to see how this film performs, and Chloe Zhao is such a special filmmaker for me forever and always. But anyways, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. Let's get to it. I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.
Alright, there's that. Yeah, it is a bit of a kind of a challenge to understand. I don't think we can get through all this tonight. I don't think we can. I'm getting a little bit tired.
Hello everyone, female Frodo Baggins here. And can you guess my...
Oh, she actually does look like Frodo Baggins.